Good evening, my dear brothers, sisters, and friends. Welcome to our Friday meditation session. Today is Friday, October the 18th, 2013. October 18th. How are you? Today I went to Westlock Meditation Center, and all the trees there are bare now because very windy there, so all the yellow leaves are gone. Time flies very fast. It's almost time colder each day, and winter almost arrive. I recognize life is thus fragile. I have met a young Vietnamese student came from Vietnam to study in Calgary, and just last few months he and his family came to visit the temple. We know the family very well and quite long, and yesterday afternoon I received an email that he would pass away because of the car accident, only 20 years old. And his grandfather met our master in the state last week. They have the Buddhist meeting in California last week, and the grandfather still in the state to visit, and we did not dare to tell him the news because we are afraid that he cannot handle. So we have to wait until he come back tomorrow. The parents of the student also will fly to Canada tomorrow. And when they sent me an email with his picture, and I totally, very panicked because I can't believe what I see in the email. And I tried to call to Calgary to find some friends, some member to inform the news. And that is the true news. So every time when I receive the news like that, it's always remind me how important that each day we live. So therefore, there is no way for us to waste our time, our youth, our health, our energy. Try to live happy each day. Try to live relaxed each day. Try to live more happy each day. And the only way to make you more happy, only when you're able to live simple. The more you expect, the more you suffer. The more you expect, the more you're disappointed. And try to simple anything around you as much as you can in order to make your day more light, to make your heart, your feelings more light, more relaxed. One of the reasons why the monks, the Buddhist monks, have to shave off their hair is to live simple. Because if you reflect, and we can see that our daily life, we have worry, and from hair to toe. Anything we have on the surface of the body, we always try to do something for that. We have to have a haircut, a new style. We have to dye our hair, and we have to do a lot of things for the hair each day. And next is our eyes, our skin, our lips, our nose, body, fingers, toes, everything. So a lot of burden from hair to toe. So as the Buddhist monk, you try to live simple as much as you can. That's why you shave off your head. And also to make you look different than a regular person. So always remind you to do something different than a regular person do. The hair also symbolizes for delusions, afflictions. So shave off your hair, that means try to release your delusion, your afflictions. Come from your hate, your greed, your ignorance. To live simple doesn't mean that you forsake all your belongings and head yourself to the forest and live. Live simple doesn't mean you give up everything, but it means you have the power, you have the capacity to live happily and create your life that you love, free from clutter of all kinds. One of the things that's always in our head is food. For example, after we wake up, the first thing we think, what we have for breakfast. Since we have breakfast, and we will think what we have for lunch. After we finish lunch, and we think what we have for dinner. But we never know that the purpose of eating is to keep us healthy, not to satisfy our greed of food. And sometimes the more food you have, the more sick you got. And you can see that we have now we have a lot of different kind of food, different kind of drink. But we also have a lot of different kind of disease. They all come from food and drinks. And as a mindfulness practitioner, to help us to recognize what kind of food that we're able to take, what kind of drinks that we're able to take. We call mindful eating, mindful drinking. I don't drink pops a lot. Sometimes I drink juice, but the thing that I drink the most is water. Every morning when I wake up, before I go do meditation and chanting, and a glass of warm water. Before I go to bed, I also have a glass of warm water. Try to remember the purpose of our life is not to eat, but we only eat just to survive our life. We eat only to survive the life, but we don't live for food. We don't live because we need to eat. We need to eat because in order to support this body to continue something else. So if we're too much busy about the food, and that wastes time. Sometimes we can create food to enjoy, but that is not the main thing that we do every day. Simple doesn't mean we refuse. Simple doesn't mean we don't want them. Simple means we know how to moderate and accept the situation. When we have food, a lot of food to eat, enjoy. When we have very simple, maybe 1 or 2 dishes, enjoy. That means you know how to live simple. You accept today is today. You don't take today as tomorrow. Let's say yesterday you have good food. Today you have simple food, and don't just sit there and complain yesterday. Why don't I have something like yesterday? Because life always changes. And in the Vietnamese, a funny way to say, you have good food in the morning, you have soy sauce in the afternoon, and in the evening you have music to listen. That's great. That means you have 3 seasons in a day. As long as you know how to use your day meaningful. So try to simple the food, the drink, as much as you can. Sometimes the member, they look at me and they feel that I'm quite tired, so they bought me some Red Bull to gain my energy. And when they give it to me, and I take it, but I don't feel anything. And one day, one of the younger member, she understand that is not a good drink for me, and she said, don't take too much. And since she said that, I refuse to take. And last week, Grace, one of our sisters here, she emailed me and she appreciated the ingredient that I told her to cook the roast brown rice with water, and she drank that. After 2 weeks taking that kind of liquid, she able to heal her pain, her back pain. And she told me one day she will send this to all the members, so the member can do it when they have their back pain or joint pain. Very work. And yesterday also one of the members from the state, and he had problem with his legs. He unable to walk, and he always, you can hear the crack from his bones. And after he took that for a while, and they heal. And that is one of the way that you heal simple. Sometimes you don't have to take a lot of medications. Sometimes you can take simple drinks, like lemon with ginger, hot water. If you have flu, if you have cold, you can soak your feet into hot water with some salt. And that is one of the ways to steam your feet, and because your whole body system related to your feet. So that's why never let your feet cold. Always keep your feet warm. And if you have a bad cough, what you can do is you can use some tiger balm, massage your feet, and then wear your socks, and you can go to bed. A few times like that, you can heal your cold, you can heal your cough. Myself, I don't take medications a lot. I don't take advantage on Tylenol or Advil or anything. If I do not need to travel, I do not need to get healed right away, then I won't take medications. I will use a natural way to heal my sickness, to heal my headache, my flu, my cold. In Vietnam, me's family, they always have a root of ginger and a lemon, a lime in their fridge all the time. So when they have cold, when they have flu, when they have cough, what they do is they do ginger with limes, with lemon, and hot water, and some honey, and they drink that, and that heals. So why we need the simple things? Because that is the only way to make us more happy, free from all of the attachment. And remember, symbol, I want to inform the word symbol, doesn't mean we refuse everything. Doesn't mean that we forsake of all our belongings, but we only take only things that necessary, that only things we need. In our temple, we have the tradition that on Sunday evening, the whole monastics are free. They don't have to do any chanting, any activities. After they clean the temple and everything done, they can rest and relax. They can enjoy the evening with the brothers and the sisters. And also Monday morning, we call lazy morning. That means you don't have to wake up early to meditate or to chanting. You can rest. And then at noontime, I request the nuns not to cook, because I don't want them too much busy for cooking every day. So what we do is we only eat, we will take whatever left over from yesterday. And if there's nothing left over, only soy sauce, some vegetable, salad, and cucumber, that's fine. I don't want them to cook anything for breakfast and lunch on Monday. And that become the tradition. Now they get used to it. And I'm happy. Sometimes I just go down to the kitchen and get simple food like that. And you can see that the way you live simple, you make people feel more comfortable. They don't have too much busy about to making the food for you. And you should appreciate whatever people offer, because they have worked so hard on their, they're thinking what to cook, and they have to work, and you only come to eat. And why you have to say, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that? That means you do not know how to appreciate what others have done for you. And you do not know how to appreciate the food you have. And you never know that at the time you complain, thousands or millions of kids in the poor countries, they have nothing to eat. At the time that you complain, thousands of people, thousands of kids, as your age, nothing to eat. You know that in just last month, we have what we call the Autumn Festival. And on that day, people used to bring moon cake and drinks and everything. And some kids here, they just throw away, they just don't want to eat them, they run away from those. But back in Vietnam, thousands of kids have no moon cake to eat. They make the phone call to Thai and they ask Thai, we need your help. Lot of kids, because Autumn Festival is the children festival. So we want to make children happy. We want to encourage them to study and happy. So I have to send money there so they can go and buy some mooncake for thousands of children in a few villages. So every day when you have a meal and you feel distaste about the food you take, contemplate about how about if you do not have this person beside you to take care of you, and what happened to you. Let's say if I don't have the nun, or I don't have the other monks to help me, or if you live with your father, your mother, your auntie, your uncle, if you do not have this person and who make food for you, you will have no chance to complain. So the habit of complaining is one of the negative things that we need to transform. Sometimes I saw the kids here, they refuse their food. And I said, because you guys have never lived in the conditions like us before. If you have lived in the situation that you have no food, no clothes, then you appreciate whatever you have. And that is my time. When at my time, we never have any toys. If we want toys, we need to go search on the street to see some, food can and stuff like that, and we bring home and we try to make holes and we play with those. You can heal yourself very simple. If you have cold, flu, more hot water. Eat congee, oatmeal, simple to digest. So like in the evening, I like to eat simple, light, easy to digest. And more easier for meditation or chanting. When you travel, you also try to symbol your belongings. One of the example, if you have so many cards, like your club, any kind of saving card or club card, and you put a lot of things, and you have a thick wallet. And sometimes we need to make just type some of the number on a small piece of paper, and you can reduce half of your wallet. You can learn how to store things simple. When you have space, doesn't mean you try to find something to fill up. And that is one of our habits. Sometimes we clean our house, big clean, and we see that space, and maybe a few days later we will find something and fill up that space. And one day, if we are unable to access and walk, and we try to empty them again. Store simple. Carry simple. Also your feelings. When you have the emotions, instead of running around and express your feelings, one of the ways that you can do is try to find a spot. So you can sit down and let all the emotional come, and you recognize them. Sit down and breathe, recognize them. Because sometimes people around you, they're not ready to take your feelings. So first you have to recognize them and heal yourself. So I try to help some of the members in that way. Because we cannot be with them all the time. So we try to help them how to face with their emotions and transform them and recognize them. Sometimes we learn to listen to something and feel things simple. Sometimes people say something and we try to express their words in a very huge explanation. And that only suffer ourselves and make others uncomfortable. If they say, did you eat? Please come and eat, and just receive that message. They have the intent to invite us for food. Do not think, oh, these people try to underestimate me, they try to do something with me. Sometimes try to feel things simple, and we make our feelings also simple. And you can see that life is also and always too much complicated. And try not to make it more complicated. Try to make it more simple as much as we can. Sometimes I heard a story and I see that is a very simple way to take and to, simple. But why people have to make it so heavy and make it so serious? And they just make themselves uncomfortable and others uncomfortable. When you nurture yourself, you also try to find the right way to nurture yourself. That means choose the right food for your body and your mind. And we can see now a lot of kids, a lot of young people, they do not know how to nurture themselves right. They can sit hours in front of the laptop to play games. They can sit hours in front of the television. But they are unable to sit for even half an hour to read a book. And after hours of watching television, there's nothing that they learn. It's just entertainment, just make them feel satisfy their wanting, but no learning. So remember, when you entertain something, no problem, for fun. But sometimes we need to say, make sure we can learn something from that entertainment. Sometimes there are games for kids to play, but that games will make kids more thinking, learning more vocabularies, and they have a quick thinking, But sometimes some of the games, nothing they learn, just more increase more violence, more passions. So we have to be very mindful on what we play and what we watch, what we read every day. For example, why we don't give kids sugar at night? It's too much energy, and they will be very hyper. They're unable to sleep. And when we get older, we have to be very mindful on our body. If we eat too much, we are very full, we're unable to sleep also. So nurture yourself means you have to be mindful on your health condition, your age, in order to take the right thing, the right food, whenever. What you can take at night, what you are unable to take in the morning. Maybe when you're young, you can take that much food because your digestion is strong. But when you get older, you're unable to digest as much. And this is what I share with you from my own experience. As a Buddhist monk, we do not use cosmetics. jewelries in order to bring ourselves. But our true beauty is our mindful practice. The way we walk, the way we talk, the way we behave. These are the most beautiful things to bring ourselves. Sometimes jewelry, cosmetics only make you look nice outer surface, but nothing related to your mind. So the way you talk, the way you walk, the way you behave is the most beautiful way. It's the beautiful cosmetics in order to bring yourself. Your beautiful smile, your beautiful appreciation. Sometimes the way you talk will make people so happy because they can see you understand the situation, you understand things. But the way you talk, you make people hurt. So Vietnamese people used to say, cái nết đánh chết cái đẹp. Your behavior is more important than your beauty. Your mindful behavior always more beauty than your beauty. The one who look very beautiful and attract people, that is only a beautiful lady. But the one who does not look beautiful, but they know how to make people happy when they beside them, we call the prince, the princess. A beautiful lady only attract people by their surface. So that is only a beautiful lady. But the princess will make people feel comfortable when they beside her. So we want to be the princess, or we want to be a beautiful lady only. That is our choice. Also our dressing. And I have learned one of the senior teachers, they said when you, as a monk, you can see that we have only few style, few colors, just brown, gray, yellow. But we have to make them, not too much crinkle. You do not try to live a luxury life, but you have to look for more. So that's why I always remind the young monks like that. You don't want to iron your clothes, then make sure after you dry your clothes, bring them out and fold it right away while still warm or hot. So it will keep your clothes smooth. And if you forgot them in your dryer, they will wrinkle, then you have to iron them. So doesn't mean we try to do something different, but we always have to look for more. Our master here, he is one of the teachers that I can learn from him, and he lives simple. No matter how many set of clothes people give, he only take few that fit him. He happy with what he wore, then he always use them. We can see this when we have a rank of clothes, but we never use them all. We only take things that fit us We're happy with that, and we only wear that all the time. The rest, just keep it like that. Is that true? Even we have the whole rank, but we back and forth, we just use only few because that fit us. We're happy with the color and the style, etc. Try to think and speak simple too. And how to do that? And one of our practices, listen more, less talk. Ease all gossip. One day, the community, a few monks are sitting and try to discuss the news of the war. The Buddha passed by and said, "What are you discussing?" "Lord Buddha, we just discuss about the political economy and stuff like that." And when the Buddha passed by, they just keep quiet. They do not talk. And the Buddha said, when you need to talk, talk like the Dharma. When you need to listen, when you need to silence, silent like the Dharma. Because sometimes we do not talk, but we talk a lot in our mind. So when you go to bed, you need to silence your mind also. The same as sometimes you drive, turn off your radio. You can drive silent, so you can have more focus. And I think the law that we are not allowed to talk cell phone when we drive is that one of the main reasons, because we lose our focus and we got into an accident. So when we drive, pay attention when we drive. And also our speed, our seat belt. And you can see that today I share with you about few things about simple. Live simple. And you can see if you can start now how to live simple, and you can see, you can experience the light, the happiness, and you will make people around you more comfortable to serve you. If you reflect carefully, and you can see that in your whole day, you always have someone beside you to serve you. Let's example when we go to the restaurant and we expect the dish we call must have this, that. And sometimes the waiter or the waitress, they brought out and they forgot. And sometimes I don't mind about that, because I can feel that they're still working. And because they have too many people to serve. So if we're able to ask them, then ask. If not, then try to have what you have. I always practice like that when I go to the restaurant, or even when I fly a lot. I never request the flight attendant anything. When they pass by me, they ask me what to drink, then I will tell them. If they forgot, then fine. Maybe I'm not at the time that I need to ask, maybe in the future, but lately, up to now, I never ask them anything. When I sit down, and sometimes we sit 3 persons in a row, they ask 2 persons beside me, but they forgot me, which is fine. And I always learn and live like that, and I feel, and I feel that people, they always have things to do. They have people to serve. And if they forgot us, that's fine, because we are not really need. Maybe if I really need a drink, I will ask. But because I'm not that need, so I don't ask. Sometimes we have a long flight, like to overseas, 13 hours on flight. And we have order, vegetarian. They forgot. And when they come out and they said, oh, I'm sorry, we forgot. And some people, express right away their disagreement. They disagree. I said, that's okay. If you don't agree, same thing. Why don't you relax and, accept whatever they give? They can give you a tray and you can eat whatever in the tray. Some vegetables, some fruits, a bun with butter, that's fine. You don't like it, you have to accept that for 13 hours on this flight. And if you relax, you can sleep well on this 13 hours. And try to live like that as much as you can. One day I went to the public washroom in the airport. And sometimes a lot of people come in and the janitor did not have chance to come in and check, the hand towel or stuff like that. And some people, when they try to pull down paper and no paper, they tap on that, and they're angry to walk out. And we can learn from all of that thing. Sometimes people come to temple and they have a lot of expectation. Oh, the monks have to be always there to pick up the phone, always available there when they come in and they need service and stuff like that. And if you do not learn how to simple things, simple your expectation, then you have lot of disagree in you. And you just suffer yourself. And that is one of the ways to show your love. Love doesn't mean, oh, auntie, I love you, I want this, I want that. Love, sometimes you need to accept whatever people give, whatever they can do for you, to show your true love. When you come to the retreat, and do not live like do not expect the retreat center is like your home. You must have a good place to sleep, good food, and every single thing like. But some people, they forgot, they come to retreat. They think they are come for maybe, what is it? A holiday inn. I have to face and I have to do everything like that. And every time like that, I just smile and I think we have learned. Sometimes we told our family, oh, I'm coming to the retreat for 3 days, 7 days, 10 days. But we come there, we have no retreat. We expect people to treat us. But we never sit down and to retreat our mind. We define the term wrong. Because we have treated ourselves in a luxury way. And when we come to the retreat center, we expect the same. If you come to the retreat and you really attend the retreat, take whatever people provide you. I remember when I was attend monastic retreat. At that time, no tofu. Only once a week. And they wrote down before the pot of tofu, 1 piece each. And you know how big? This much, this big. Only 1 piece of tofu. But the Buddha told us, the Buddha gave us a lecture. If you stay in some place, lot of food, lot of clothes, but no Dharma, that is not a good place for you to stay. If you attend some place where you have less food, but lot of Dharma, stay. Because your purpose is to learn the Dharma. Not you come for the Dharma, you don't come for the food. If any place that have food and Dharma, stay. If place have no Dharma, no food, move. So the Buddha gave every single teaching. But because we did not have chance to receive and did not have time to live with it. So learning the Dharma is different than live with the Dharma. Learning the teaching is not enough. Live with your learning. And you will truly receive the result of happiness. So what is the beautiful of the Dharma? Insight, wisdom, and loving kindness. If you learn something and you are wise enough, you can apply all your learning into your daily life. And that will express the way you love people around you, the way you live the world. Before you take the foam cup out to drink, wait a minute, I can take a ceramic cup so I can wash them later. I do not dare to waste. Show your love right away. Show your love to the world, the environment. So love are not only words, but love by the way you live. Sometimes you don't have to give your uncle, your auntie, your father or mother a birthday card. But you can celebrate their birthday every day. Make them happy that day. And that is called their birthday. Because we used to think, oh, birthday is a happy day. Then why don't we celebrate and make that people have a happy day? So we celebrate their birthday. If we want to cry and appreciate all their work, why not? Why not we do it when they still alive? We wait until they die and we sit there and we list all the work they have done. That's quite late. I have a friend. One day he sit with his mother and they have dinner together. And he look at his mother carefully. And the mother look up and realized that her son is looking at her like that. And she's quite shy. He said, why are you looking at me like that? He said, oh, I want to take this chance to look you carefully. Because I know that maybe one day I don't have this chance. And when he told me that story, and that's very touched. And we ask, have we ever looked at our loved one like that? In our temple, when we have meal, I used to sit at the top of the table. And I used to look down to each of my students. And I can see sometimes I see them mature. I see they're innocent. I see they're beautiful. And each of them, even the old one, the young one, each of the member in the temple, when we have meal together, I used to stop eating and look at them carefully like that. I appreciate their presence. You have recognized that some of my students back home. And so when before they back home, and I always do that. And I know that even they left me, but in my heart, I always have them. Because I live with them since they were very young. And their beautiful smile, their innocence, their voice, their words, I still remember. And sometimes I call them, I ask, are you okay? You need Thai's help. And that is how to live your life. And I always think if one day I have to depart this life, and I will live with a happy way because I have done all my best to people surround me. So this is what I practice, and this is what I want to share with you. If one day you back home and you see your mom only give you some rice with fried egg, you appreciate, and maybe your mom tired. Instead of complain, don't you know she is tired, that's why she cannot make more dishes than usual? Why don't we reflect another way than complain? Mom, why don't you have this and that and that? And sometimes the person who used to make a lot of things for us, but one day they didn't do anything much. Instead of angry, instead of complain, why don't you reflect? Maybe they are not well today. And we forgot that part. Sometimes our loved one call back home and say, honey, I have a car accident. And we forgot to ask, are you okay? We say, is the car okay? That means we value the car more than our loved one. And we forgot totally when we ask that question, how much pain they listen. Instead of saying, is the car okay? We should, are you okay? If you go to Westlock and you can see that our friend was hit by one of the members, she by accident. And was she afraid when she called back to the temple, and she told me, Thầy, by accident I hit the front of the temple. I said, are you okay? Are you okay? She come to me, she cried, and she said, I apologize for that. I said, do not say that. Let's say if that day you were injured in the car and no one know that, and the case will be worse. I'm happy because you still survive, you're okay, you call back and let me know you hit the front of the temple. Sometimes in our daily life we have a lot of philosophy. Maybe the philosophy of life, but we did not truly live what we talk. And remember, the philosophy is always beautiful because we already arrange what to write, what to talk. But the most important, when you face the situation, or you arrange everything in order like that, or you just panic, you react, you're angry, etc. Because when we write, we have more time to sit down and think what to write, correct. But when you face the real situation, you just react and you forgot to stop a minute and to see how to react, how to behave. So mindfulness helps us to see. Stop for a minute before we talk. Stop a minute before we react. Instead of yelling and complaining, I don't like this, I don't like that, then appreciate whatever we have. So that means if we're able to do that, the practice and the learning already become something in us. Be the Dharma and the tongue. Do not turn ourselves as the soup and the spoon. The spoon only scoops the soup but unable to taste the soup. Only the tongue can taste the soup. So this is one of the teachings of the Buddha. What we have learned is like the soup. And what we take is like the spoon. And sometimes the spoon and the soup, nothing related. But if you are the tongue and the soup, things will be different. Hope you understand what I try to share with you. And have a good weekend. Tomorrow we have a mindfulness day. So please come anytime you like, anytime you are available. Enjoy your weekend.